Facebook fam, hey, good morning. Coming out here to check again on our sprinklers because I think we still need to do some work on them. Well, not me, but someone who knows something about sprinklers. Happy Wednesday to you. And if you're not watching this on Wednesday, hey, happy whatever day it is. They always say, don't say the day that you're shooting your video. You want it to be evergreen, whatever. Happy whatever day you're on, all right? Wanted to talk to you today while we're checking this. While we're checking sprinklers out, about what you're willing to tolerate. I'm gonna give you an idea. I want you to try this idea on. What you're willing to tolerate, you'll never change. Said another way, what you tolerate, you cannot change. I have a lot of people reach out to me, especially these days, if you've been seeing what we've been sharing on Facebook and what our friends in business are doing and what we're doing. Lots going on. Lots of people reach out and say, hey man, what are you guys doing? Like, I want to know about that thing. And it's normal because it's pretty exciting what's happening with the thing that we're doing. And you have a lot of people that will ask, but once they get beyond that first kind of exploratory question, and they might get a link or a video that I've done or something, and then they kind of stall out, right? Nothing happens. They don't take any action. And while many would suggest there's a lot of reasons for this, I would suggest that if maybe you're in my audience right now, you've been watching what we're doing, or if it's not even about watching what we're doing, but there's things in your life that you've been in situations and you've been literally stuck in them for like ever, right? It seems like years, months, weeks, too long, and you're stuck in them. And there's a real simple reason, and it goes back to this idea: what you're willing to tolerate, you can't change. I find that most people can make radical changes in their lives, and they can do it relatively quickly, whether it's losing 10 pounds. I said relatively quickly. I didn't say magic button overnight. It could be starting like working with us in like an online business thing, where people can get their first result relatively quickly. I didn't say Lambos. I didn't say, living in a 10,000 square foot mansion, but they can move the ball relatively quickly. But the problem is it's not where they're at right now. What they're doing is not uncomfortable enough yet to change. For years ago, I remember going through a course called Get the Edge with Tony Robbins. Many of you probably know this course. Really burned a groove in my brain. And he said, people are really motivated by two things, pain and pleasure. And it's mostly pain that will cause someone to finally move, finally get up and take action in another direction to change things. When folks reach out to us, whether it's in one of our masterminds or on our list or here on Facebook, they see the opportunity, they see all these results, and I mean, guys, we could post screenshot after screenshot after screenshot of people inside of what we're doing here and our own. I mean, just results like on a daily basis. It's really impressive. But they can see that, but they won't take action because the reality is they're not ready to change because they're still able to tolerate what's going on in their life right now. They're still able to tolerate the 2 hours a day commuting. They're still able to tolerate the job that drives them crazy. And I've got nothing bad to say about jobs. You won't hear that from me. I'm just saying they're tolerating something that they don't really, really enjoy. A lot of us have learned to tolerate the extra 10 pounds, to tolerate the fact that the jeans are a little tight. A lot of us have figured out how to tolerate friendships or relationships that we just shouldn't be involved in anymore. But we just tolerate it. We've learned how to tolerate literally scraping by and doing the reverse math every week when you get paid, trying to figure out how far will the money go before it runs out. Does that sound familiar? We've all been there, friend. I get it. So we've learned to tolerate these things. Learned to tolerate average. We've learned to tolerate settling. We can still live the way that we're living, and we don't have to totally change anything, and so we don't. Long-distance mentor of mine once said that until and now this is assuming that you've got things in your present that you want to change. If you got everything you want, you're living the way you absolutely want, there's zero problems, you want nothing more, then this doesn't apply to you. But if there's some things you want to change, maybe it's the weight, maybe it's the life that you're living, it's the money you have, it's where you're traveling, it's what you're doing, whatever the case may be. If it's stuff that you don't want and you want it to change, you have to literally develop a disdain for your present in order to step into your future. See, that's a very different thing. I know in 2018 you can't use a word like hate. Well, I can. I think there's plenty of things we can agree that we hate, right? We hate when people are mistreated. If a child is hurt, we hate seeing children sick. We hate what it feels like to be broke. You can hate some things. It's really okay. And so until we learn to not tolerate it anymore, but actually hate this feeling of, man, you know what? I really hate the fact that these jeans are still tight. Or I hate the fact that I'm still, if I walked a mile right now, I'd be out of breath. Or I hate the fact that, I'm here at the end of another paycheck and I'm waiting 2 more days until the next one hits. And right now we're literally digging for quarters to figure out how to, get a loaf of bread together. Friend, until you learn how to hate it and say, I'm done with it, man, I am making a change. Jim Rohn said in a classic audio, and I've got to link it in the comments, the day that'll change your life is the day you get disgusted with your situation. Disgusted with it. You're like, I am done. When you get there, that's when change happens. Yep. That's when you finally will say, you know what? I'm hitting to the gym and I'm not going to stop. That's, I've looked at, I keep following Gary and Crystal and I keep looking going, well, blah, blah. No, I'm actually going to take some action. Maybe there's some relationship. You're like, that friend that keeps blowing me off, never shows up on time, never there when I need him. You know what? I'm just going to cut him out because I'm disgusted with this and I'm going to change it. It's war, my friends. It's war for how you're going to live this life that you have. How are you going to do it? Are you going to do it where you're tolerating less than what you want? Or are you going to truly embrace a journey and a path and the action required to experience the life that you really, really want? 2 big differences there. So, what are you tolerating? If you'll tolerate it, you won't change it. But if you draw a line in the sand and say, I'm not going to tolerate it anymore, actually, I'm disgusted with this and I want to change it, man, you're on the way to something good. And I'm excited for you. Hey, I can't let this video go without telling you, you guys have been seeing all this stuff we're posting, right? It's kind of hard to ignore. If you followed us, I really think about 3 people. A lot of my friends are network marketers, direct salespeople. They follow us on Facebook. If that's you and you're watching this, you need to comment or you need to reach out to me today. And you need to say, Gary, tell me about the side hustle. I need to see it. I'm not interested in you stopping what you're doing in your business. I'm not interested in bringing you over into another deal. I am interested in teaching you how the worst number in your business is 1. And I want to show you this side hustle that we've got our hands on. If you're the network marketer friend of mine, whether you're brand new or you're a serious heavyweight, we need to talk. If you've never done anything like this before, maybe you knew us back in the military. Maybe you worked at us in one of the corporate gigs where we were consulting on and we made a connection and you've been following us and you're going, what in the world is it that they do? I've got an overview video that I shot. It's me, where I talk to you in about 4 minutes or less. I think it's 4 minutes and 12 seconds ish. Where I give you an overview of what we're doing. If that's you, you need to reach out to me. Number 3, and I know you're out there too, and I know you're watching, is my friends that are leaders. Leaders in the home biz space. It might be in affiliate marketing, e-com, direct sales stuff, whatever. You guys know, you gals know, the worst number in business is 1. And so we don't even need to have that conversation. I want you to see what we're seeing, because I've got something that I think your eyes need to look at. And as a leader and as a runner, we could really do something powerful together. If that's you, skip the comment. Just reach out to me. Let's do it. Because again, I've got something here that you'll want to have your hands on. Okay? So no matter which one of those you're in, let's talk. Because we're all tolerating something. Let's make it a day where we don't tolerate average anymore. Let's strive for the things that we really want. I look forward to talking to you. Have a great Wednesday. See ya.